An award-winning farm in Heflin hosted landowners from around the state yesterday.
A cloudy and cool day across East Alabama, but better weather is ahead for the weekend. We'll have the complete forecast details for the weekend coming up.
Coming up in sports, Cleburne County to recognize a legendary coach. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Katie Edwards.
And I'm Mike Stedham.
Ponderosa Farms in Heflin won the prestigious Helene Mosley Award last year for its dedication to conservation and education. Yesterday, landowners from across Alabama gathered at the farm to learn about the latest techniques in land management from state foresters and other experts in the field. Forester Tom Albritton explained how Ponderosa was chosen for the state's top honors.
The Helene Mosley Award is given out each year to a treasure forest landowner. So you have to be a treasure forest landowner to be considered for it. And it's an award that we present to landowners who are utilizing their property for education is one of the strong points that we look for. So they're using their treasure forest as a means to educate the greater public and other landowners. And so we get nominations each year from across the state of folks that are using their property for landowner education, and we review those and make some landowner visits and look at the properties, and we make a selection.
Ponderosa owner Winston Bryant says he has owned the land since 1978, and he uses the property for many purposes, including timber and hunting. The farm also brings in elementary school classes, scout troops, church groups, and other visitors for educational programs. The farm earned the designation as a treasure forest by meeting state requirements, and Bryant says he was honored to win the Helene Mosley Award 1 year ago.
Out here it's been a 30-year labor of love, but planting trees, harvesting trees, planting food plots, that's all part of it. We have a written management plan, and that was written up back in the 80s, and we've stuck to that, and we were able to win the Helene Mosley Award last fall. And today everyone's come out and it's kind of a celebration, and we're just having a fun time with it.
When we come back, we'll show you some of the land management strategies that are helping Alabama landowners make the most of their property.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wedowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Alabama's timber and farming industry has been revolutionized over the past decade by the use of aerial drones. In many cases, they've replaced traditional aircraft for such jobs as crop dusting and forest fire control. State Forester Kelvin Daniels was at the Ponderosa Farm in Heflin on Thursday to show off the latest in drone technology. Daniels says that when he started working with those drones back in 2016, they were mostly used for photography and video. Now they serve many other functions.
In our agency, we use drones for wildfire, DMP complaints, timber assessment, mapping, just normal video taking, photos for insect and disease scenarios. We use them on wildfires. We also use them on monitoring our radio towers. When it comes to monitoring the wires and the stuff that need to be replaced, it's cheaper to get a drone up in there than get somebody to climb that pole or tower to check the wires for us.
Daniel says drone technology has been growing by leaps and bounds in recent years, and his department now offers many more services for Alabama's landowners.
We now do timber settings for landowners where we'll come in and fly your property for you when it's feasible, to check the areas for you, give you a map, to give you the images to show you where you need to concentrate your area, concentrate your efforts to get the timber off the ground and salvage what timber you got on the ground.
Thursday's showcase at Ponderosa Farms also included demonstrations from commercial businesses that offer additional drone services to timber farmers. James Harris of Southern Crop Services says his company uses some of the larger aerial drones to carry out a wide variety of jobs.
We're learning really quick that it can help out a lot of smaller landowners. Some places where you can't get a helicopter in, you can't get an airplane in, it's too big for skidders or too small for skidders, you don't want to mess up everything. So we can come in, leave a very, very small footprint and take care of smaller areas. And then also on the large acre side, we can kind of put all of our drones together. We operate 8 of these. So if you get everything together, we can cover really large acre tracts. And that's really proven itself in the row crop sector. We're finding out that in the timber sector also that they really can make a big impact.
But the biggest impact of the drones yesterday was felt by a young visitor named Michael, who was very impressed by the machinery.
I saw a million people and I saw a drone. I really want to fly it, but I didn't know how to steer it.
What's your favorite part about the drone?
How it blows your hat off almost.
Anniston police are asking for your help locating a missing person. Officers say 36-year-old Jeremy Lamar Lyles left the area of East 10th Street in Anniston 1 week ago and has not returned. He was last seen wearing a black t-shirt, khaki pants, and a black Chicago White Sox hat. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Anniston Police Department at 256-238-1800.
When we come back, a popular coffee and donut chain has come to Jacksonville.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Dunkin' Donuts' third store in Calhoun County had a ribbon cutting in Jacksonville this morning. The new shop is located on the west side of Pelham Road, just south of Jacksonville Chick-fil-A. It's open from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily and offers a full line of coffee, espresso, and, of course, donuts.
And if you're looking for some family-friendly fun this weekend, the Anniston Museums and Gardens Fall Fest starts at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. It offers an entire day of fall-themed games and activities. Live animals, outdoor games, food trucks, hay rides, crafts, science experiments, and more have been planned. Children and children at heart are welcome to wear their costumes. And admission includes entry to all of the activities, as well as to the Anniston Museum of Natural History and the Berman Museum. Tickets are available at the door. They're $12 for adults, $10 for children ages 4 through 17. Museum member tickets are $6 per adult and $5 per child. Children ages 3 and under are admitted for free.
And we've made it to the part of the year where it actually feels like fall.
It has.
Overcast, windy.
Yes, exactly. And I think it's going to feel even more like fall pretty soon. At least that's what I hear from John Holder, who's standing by in the EAN Weather Center. John, when will we get that real touch of fall?
Mike and Katie, another shot of fall air is coming our way later on in the weekend. And for most of next week, we'll talk about much cooler temperatures next.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
A cloudy and cool day across East Alabama with all the clouds in place and a little mist from time to time. That helped keep the temperatures way in check, way below normal for this time of year. 68, that's the best we could do this afternoon, well below the average high of 77. It was much warmer this morning than average, though. 61 this morning, that is well above our average low of 54. Record high temperature 90 degrees, the record low 34. Sunrise on your Saturday morning at 6:47 and the sun setting tonight at 12 minutes after 6. Weather on your street on a Friday night, Church Avenue in Jacksonville. Cloudy skies tonight. Not much change in temperature. We're only dropping down to 59 tonight. We will stay in the 60s for most of the nighttime hours tonight across East Alabama. Tomorrow, weather on your street going to take out to Harts Ferry Road in Ohatchee. We will have clouds in the morning, but that will eventually give way to sunshine in the afternoon. And with that sunshine, temperatures are going to be much warmer tomorrow, back in the mid-70s at 76 degrees on your Saturday afternoon. And as we go into next week is looking like a really full week of fall weather coming up. Mostly 60s next week for highs. Shannon Brook Lane in Oxford. It is going to be a cool week in Oxford and all across East Alabama. Temperatures in the 60s for highs, 40s for lows. We may not see 70 degrees again after tomorrow. Again until maybe next Thursday or Friday. That brings us to the 7-day forecast, and we will see no chance of rain in the forecast coming up, maybe a sprinkle tonight, and then next Friday, maybe our next chance of a shower, maybe even a thunderstorm with that right now only about a 30% chance. But the big story is going to be the cool weather. Look at these high temperatures. Sunday, 62, only 61 on Monday, 64 on Tuesday. Nighttime lows dropping as well into the 40s by Monday morning. Low 40s, maybe some upper 30s by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. The temperatures will moderate late in the week, but we're still talking only low 70s and 40s. Temperatures for the next 7 days after tomorrow are going to be way below normal for this time of the year. Taking a look at those high temperatures tomorrow, enjoy these. We're not going to see temperatures like this for a while, for at least a week. We're talking some low 80s down in the Wiregrass, mid to upper 70s in central Alabama. Here in Calhoun County, as we said, 76 tomorrow. We'll be in the mid 70s with plenty of sunshine. But again, those are the warmest temperatures that we are going to see here in East Alabama for at least a week. Hey, join us right back here tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. and also Sunday morning and Monday morning at 6 a.m. as we'll have your breakfast and morning forecast here on EAN. And right now it's sports time. Namath Pitts is in to talk about a special ceremony that's taking place with Friday Night Football in Cleburne County tonight. Namath?
The Cleburne County Tigers are preparing themselves for a big game against the White Plains Wildcats, but that isn't the only big thing happening tonight at Cleburne County. The Cleburne County Tigers will recognize former coach Michael Short. Coach Michael Short will be recognized with a special recognition before the game. He is the former athletic director and head football coach. Coach Michael Short, a 1980 graduate of Cleburne County High School. He received his degree from Jacksonville State University. He then accepted the head coaching job at Cleburne County back in 1998 to begin his coaching career. Over the next 21 years, his teams have gone 144-95 and 95-42 in region play. 14 of his teams have qualified for the playoffs. The Tigers finished the 2000 and 2003 seasons undefeated in the regular season. The 2001 squad reached the Super 6 championship game before losing to Class 4A power UMS Wright 28-12 at Legion Field in Birmingham. From 2000 to 2002, his teams went 37-4, which was the best run in school history. Coach Michael Short retired after the 2018 season due to health concerns. But the Cleburne County Tigers will welcome Coach Michael Short back with a special recognition. I caught up with Coach Michael Short to talk about what this moment was like for him to be brought back to his alma mater and to be recognized before the game.
You know, the opportunity to come back tonight to such a special place as Cleburne County High School, it was a place that I went to school at. You know, I graduated from here. Spent 31 years of my life here teaching and coaching, and you don't get to do that very often. I was privileged to be able to stay here and have a career where I got to stay and not move around a lot as a lot of coaches do because of this community. It's a great community, great teachers, great school system. It's a great place for your kids to grow up, and that was one of the reasons I stayed, because I wanted my kids to grow up here and experience what I experienced here as a player and as a coach. You know, it's just a great place to be. You know, I always had great administration here. I always had great teachers that worked with me and would help me out in anything that I needed. We always had great booster clubs. I mean, all you had to do around here was just ask somebody to do something and they would do it. And that's not always the case in some places. Never was questioned about what we did. Never was questioned about, you know, how we worked or how hard we worked. It just, whatever you need, coach, that's what we'll do. And you need that to be successful. You know, I had a great coaching staff for all those years. For the 21 years I was a head coach, we always had a great coaching staff. And your head coach is only going to be as successful as the guys he has hired to come with him. And I always had very loyal coaches, and I always had great coaches that got along with the kids. But then when it really comes down to it, I had some of the best kids in America. You had kids that wanted to play for Cleburne County High School, and they do whatever it took to play for Cleburne County High School, and they loved Cleburne County High School. And when you've got that kids that'll play for their community, they'll play for the guy next to them, I mean, that is a recipe for success right there. So I have to give all the credit to the coaching staff that I've had, all the players that I've had, my family, my wife. I wish she could be here tonight. But you know what she is? She's up in heaven looking down on me tonight. And I thank God for that.
Coach Michael Short, well deserving of the special recognition, and our prayers continue to go out to Coach Michael Short, and we know that he's not alone tonight. Hey, let's continue to look at the football games in the area for East Alabama tonight. We are just under 30 minutes from kickoff, and the Alexandria Valley Cubs are on the road at Leeds. The Ohatchee Indians, big 3A Region 6 game against Hoax Bluff. Non-region game for Pleasant Valley and Spring Garden out at the Garden. Donahoe still looking for their first win of the season as they go on the road to TCC. Walter Wellborn and Randolph County. This is the biggest game in the area. It's a region championship in 3A Region 4 down in Wedowee. Coach Jeff Smith, the winningest coach in Wellborn history, going down to Randolph County where Coach Pat Prestridge looks to become the winningest coach in Randolph County history. Big game at Randolph County. Jacksonville's at Mumford. Sachs at Weaver. You heard from Coach Ken Kofer yesterday talking about his Bearcat team looking to win 3 games. That hasn't happened since 2018. White Plains at Cleburne County. You just heard from Coach Michael Short. Big night, big recognition out at L.E. Bell Field. Homecoming night for the Piedmont Bulldogs as Glencoe Yellow Jackets come into town. Cornerstone of Rainsville's at Jacksonville Christian in 8-man football. And then the Ranburne Bulldogs go on the road to Isabella. The Anniston Bulldogs and the Oxford Yellow Jackets are both off this week with open dates. That's it for EAN Local Sports. Let's go back over to Mike and Katie.
Thanks for the update, Namath, and thank you for watching today.
You can find us here online every weekday on either Facebook or YouTube and on our website, eastalabamanow.com. Just go to our video feed and watch us whenever it's convenient for you.
We hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday for your news on your schedule.